Martial, Rashford, Dan James. They all contributed, and Luke Shaw getting the goal as well, a little bit surprising. It's only his second goal or something, but he was fantastic as well. So, yeah, brilliant day for United, not so good for City.
Paul's used the word surprise twice there. Is the frustration then when you watch Manchester United that the contrast to Wednesday night at Crystal Palace is so huge to that?
Yeah, in a way, you've got to change your game to play against Manchester City. I was really impressed with Manchester United today. And I know that they've gone to the Etihad before and won, but there's part of me, even when they won, I was part of me thinking, yeah, but that's not how you play. That's not Manchester United. You know, it's just they've won with hardly any possession, with a breakaway goal, sneaker 1-0. That was a proper performance today. They've actually played well. They've gone toe-to-toe. They've been brave. First 5 minutes, they were all over Manchester City from a pressing point of view. Won the penalty because of it. So that was much braver, I think, from Manchester United's point of view, and something now that you can build on. As I say, previously you think, yeah, they've won, but City was still all over them, dominant. You know, how can they knock, you know, Manchester City off their perch? Today, you see signs of, right, I tell you what, if they build from that, there's some real promise in that team. OK, 21 wins in a row is outstanding. It's come to an end. What was wrong with City today, Sean?
I think they just started the game slowly. I think Man United got ahead early and controlled the game in some departments. They bullied them, to be fair. They were winning seconds, they put the pressure on them and didn't let Man City have it easy. And when they broke, they took the chances that they created. And that's what happens in derbies, and the good teams win. And today, United was the better team and they deserved the win. OK, well, that is 3 down on this Sunday. There's been eventful in Manchester, that is for sure. That after the 0-0 draw between West Brom and Newcastle. 7 points still, but as I say, significant for Manchester United. They go back to second, a point ahead of Leicester. Chelsea in fourth. Sunday is red in more ways than one over the blue half of Manchester. They have finally lost the Premier League game for the first time since November. It was a derby. It is United's day. Here is one of their goal scorers who gave them that flying start from the penalty spot, Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno, well done. What sort of performance did it need to come here and stop the Manchester City juggernaut?
Oh, we all know it's always difficult to play against them. They are really good on the ball. They defend well. They are tough to play against. But today we do almost everything perfect, and the result is the most important. Is for our side. 2-0, we are really happy, but for now it's not about winning against City. It's now performing until the end of the season well and try to win every game.
Did you get off to the perfect start?
I don't know, because of course scoring in the first few minutes, maybe in the first minute, I think is perfect because City have to try a little bit more. You have more space to counter, and we know one of our threats, or if the big threat we have is the counter. But against Tottenham, we start with a penalty in first minute and we lost the game. So it's not always perfect, but we remain focused until the end of the game. We scored the second, and this is what it is. We defend well. When we defend well and we know we have the chances to score, we have players who can score. Today was Luke, I think is maybe the first or second goal in the league for him. But anyway, we know everyone can score and can do something for us. So if we are focused in every game like we did today, for sure I think we will win every game until the end of the season.
Yeah, terrific day for him and for Manchester United. That flying start after 33 seconds. It caught City out though. Sure, no complaints about the awarding of the penalty, first of all.
Well, it's definitely not. It was definitely a penalty. It was the eagerness of Jesus, as you see him, to try and win the ball back. But I think there he got a bit too carried away because there was enough players around him where I didn't think he needed to engage in the first place. He just needed to be aware. But it happens. Penalty was rewarded, and Van den stepped up and puts it in the back corner.
Yeah, centre forward on centre forward.
Yeah, well, that's Michael.
Be careful what you say, Phil.
I'd normally say centre forward should never tackle. Not sure you ever saw Michael tackle, to be fair. And probably that's why the most sensible thing to do. And as Sean said, he's too eager to win the ball back. He's made a bad mistake. He's given the ball away, and he's just too keen to get the ball back. And
Could Ederson have got closer? Maybe kept that out, Sean?
I don't know. Scorsese said, like, maybe the pace took it past him, which I could possibly agree with, but I'm not a goalie. But from my view, I think if you get that much of a hand, I feel like he could have done a bit better. But it happens. It's football, and it's the way it went today.
OK, and that was 18 out of 19 penalties for Bruno Fernandes. 2-0, unlikely source, Luke Shaw.
It was a very unlikely source and a very good goal as well. Caught Manchester City on the counter-attack. We'll look at it in a bit more depth in a second, but good penetrating run from Shaw. Lets go of the ball at the right time to Rashford. He then gives it him back, and it's clean, this strike, but clean enough to find the corner. Very, very good goal. Manchester United have been good on the counter-attack at the Etihad in recent seasons.
And how important is it that other players weigh in with goals in other areas of the pitch?
Yeah, we have to. We said that, especially in a big game. Everyone seems to be thinking about Fernandes especially. Rashford and Martial, I suppose, as well. But it's nice that other players chip in. As Michael said, it wasn't the cleanest of strikes, but it comes to a few bodies as well. So, look, people need to chip in. If you're going to win big games, you're going to win against these big teams, go to City. You can't just rely on the same players all the time. And United today were very good and really deserved that. And as long as they get these players chip in, they'll win a lot more big games.
Started with the goalkeeper as well, Dean Henderson.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we take a closer look at that second goal because it is quite interesting. It's a free kick from Manchester City, and often you can be a little bit confused in terms of how you set up once you give away possession. You see John Stones in the goal here because he's a really important part of this move. Now, watch John Stones getting back. But when we look at this now, all of a sudden you've got 2v1 down here and you've got 2v1 on the far side, and you've got all the men. Manchester City have got men ready to press. He thinks it's going to come out here or go out here to Maguire or Lindelof. But then, as we see, we've got 2v1 in the full-back positions, and that's where it is. That's where it starts. Again, I bring your attention, John Stones here. He's trying to get back, and this man here, Cancelo, he can't go anywhere until John Stones is back. So when we roll it in here, I think John Stones should be making a run towards Cancelo a little bit more to allow this to happen. As it is, Cancelo just has to wait and wait and wait. He knows it's going there, but he can't go and commit himself. And if we roll it on here, we see the goalkeeper. He spots it. He spots Luke Shaw. Cancelo, can he leave it? Can he stick? Can he twist? He's not even sure, because if we just run it on again, he almost makes a little... He goes and then he stops and then he goes again. You just see there. And once he's done that, once he's out of the game, then City have got big, big problems. And then, Scholesy, it's all down to Luke Shaw.
Yeah, it's all down to Luke Shaw. What Cancelo's doing, I'm not too sure. He commits himself and he's out of the game. It was almost as if Henderson was sucking them onto him. Saying, come on. I'll throw it to one of these. You can come and get a mistake. Yeah. And all of a sudden, he throws it over. He's took 5 or 6 players out of the game already. And as Michael said, Luke Shaw's onto the back four. Crazy bit of defending from Cancelo, and Luke does the rest. And
it's not often we see teams do that to Manchester City, Sean.
No, it's not that often, but I think if you defend that well and you're stubborn in your defence and resilient, opportunities are going to come up. And when you have the quality that Luke Shaw showed today, where he's driving past players powerful, and as Paul said, he's taking players out the game without passing a ball. So it was bound to happen at some point. I'm just personally gutted it happened today.
He's honest. City have got 55 goals in their 21 wins. What about the way United set up defensively to get that clean sheet today?
Well, I think a big thing today was that getting the midfield area out against Manchester City. And United did that. I think McTominay and Fred had a big job on their hands today. This bit here is about really stopping them going through the middle. You see how tight, how compact they are there. There's no space whatsoever. If you want to play the ball wide, then great, that's up to you. But look at the body they've got in there. It's virtually impossible for them to get a shot off. And here's McTominay and Fred now playing in these areas in between the full-back and the centre-half, where City can be really dominant. They overload teams. And Scott McTominay's job was to be in that position on the right-hand side to stop De Bruyne. And Fred, as you see on this side, he's doing exactly the same to Gundogan. And it worked perfectly. And every time they did that, they won the ball off that, and then they managed to break as well. And look, Manchester City players, the best players, are obviously De Bruyne and Gundogan. So you stop them. You do go a long way to stopping City. We know they've got other players. We know that. But that was the key today, stopping their 2 best players. And you have to say, they didn't really have an influence on the game today, and the plan worked perfectly. I wonder as well, Scholesy, in terms of Manchester City, the way they've played, the way they've changed, as we see Manchester United defending in numbers inside. And I just wonder whether the way they've changed now with Cancelo actually coming into midfield,
you see far less overlapping from Manchester City. So I just wonder whether defending that central area is even more important now, because they used to overlap, get 2v1s against you. I just wonder whether you defend centrally and send them out wide, they're less dangerous than they've ever been.
Yeah, I totally agree, because as you said, it used to be get out to the wide player, and all of a sudden the full-back's going, but totally different with Cancelo coming in the midfield. It almost made it a little bit easier for Man United to play against, but they knew they didn't have to go anywhere. They just keep compact, keep that middle area tight, and out wide wasn't really going to hurt them. And you have to say the plan just worked perfectly today.
Yeah, and we've talked time and time again about Pep Guardiola's tactical mouse getting the better of so many managers. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done it 3 seasons running now at the Etihad in this derby.
Yeah, he seems to have the better of him at the Etihad right now. I think the way it was set up today, I think it was a bit difficult, especially with Cancelo coming inside. You noticed he took Cancelo off towards the end to use Walker's pace. I think maybe it would have been better to start with Walker just to kind of hold off the counter-attack if they do break the way they do. But he went with that, and it didn't work for whatever reason it was, but the main focus was in the final third. Their passes weren't accurate enough, and it seemed like they was picking the wrong options, to be honest with you, there, and not taking shots when they possibly could have. OK, well, a reminder, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the first Manchester United manager ever to win his first 3 league away derbies against City. Here's how he's thinking after this one.
Ollie, you said before the game it was an opportunity. Just how magnificently did your side take it?
Oh, of course. When you come away with a 2-0 win, another clean.
Before the game it was an opportunity. Just how magnificently did your side take it?
Sheet, of course. We knew it was a challenge. Of course, the first goal dictates a lot of what's happening out there. We could play more on the result. I didn't like us coming into half-time. We played too much on the result that we were winning. Second half, again, we got on the ball a bit more, and what a second goal. Fantastic.
Was everything about you today what was missing in the previous 3 games? They were like chalk and cheese.
Yeah, but, you know, you play against a team, and that every game's different. But that is, we've gone back to a little bit what we want to be as well. That is more direct, more straightforward, attacking players, being positive, get at them. I thought Anthony was absolutely superb today. He was more of the Anthony of old. He turns, gets hold of it, and to think that he was absolutely superb today. He was more of the Anthony of old. That's after the warm-up, to be fair. I wasn't sure if he was going to play or not. So fantastic. That was the same with Luke.